Hello everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree. We are starting a new route today, the fourth route that is available to us until we complete all four routes. They will unlock another one for us. So the last boy we saved was Yosuga of the purple. He is also the owner of the bathhouse down in Yomi, and he does have the nickname of Jigoku Dayu, which means like Lord of Hell, which is very much in conflict with like the personality that we've seen him so far. He's been nice. He's been like a fortune teller, gives us sweets. He's just seemed really nice. All right, so let us go to archives, go to pure white resolve like we did with the other chapters or the other routes, and skip before we had any choices. All right, we have to like purge our memory as well. All the love interest, all the nice things we did with Riku last time, just take that out of your mind. All right, Yosuga. Let's begin Yosuga's scenario. Right, first chapter: how to wind a spring. How to wind a spring? I think that's how to wind a spring. Is it? Oh, maybe they're talking about Camelia, right? Because Camelia is like, she has a little wind-up thing like behind her. All right, we delivered our first letter. Gotta remember that. Yes, I've completed the delivery. All right, Daifuku's with us too.
Congratulations, Hime!
To be honest, I'm glad my first delivery was here. At least I know where things are. Next. Daifuku peeked his head out of my bag and rubbed it gently while I pondered. I should look for my husband now, right? Oh no, not this again. To the plaza.
Right.
But before that, I should probably go to Yomi again, don't you think? I mean, there could be more letters waiting for me. Could be. But it's only been like one day since you got the letterbox set up. Not many people know about it. I'm not trying to make excuses. It's just that I want to make sure I do my best job I can on my first day. I think if I... No, the mic is fine. No letters to deliver. Ho hum. I know, Daifuku. Since we're here in Yomi, why don't we go and see Juliet?
Why not?
Let's go hang out with your sister. Oh, I don't see Yosuga or Camelia around. I wonder if he's there in the back. I looked around the main hall, but they were nowhere to be found. I'll just have a look around and try to stay out of everyone's way. No snooping. As I exited the hall into the corridor. What's that? Upon closer inspection, they appeared to be cherry blossom petals. The fabled cherry blossom tree. The pink petals are strewn about the polished floor. They're real, but why are they down here? I casually looked outside the window, then gasped at the sight. Before I knew it, I was slamming open the door leading outside. Oh, she like noticed the tree. It's like kind of weird that we've noticed the tree this early. Usually, in like the other routes, we notice it very late, and it, like kind of becomes like a hangout / date spot. But yeah, I guess it is in the bathhouse like courtyard. Ah! I ran towards the giant tree with its branches spread above the garden. The tree's unique aroma drew me toward it, and I reached out to carefully touch its bark. It's real! A real cherry tree! The petals must have fluttered through the window and into the corridor. How? I thought the flowering season ended, but this tree is in full bloom. I assume it's because, like, Yomi's illumination situation is, like, set on a timer, so this place is kind of like a greenhouse. They do that with, like, chickens, too. Like, if you have chickens inside, like, a building, you can control, like, how much light they're exposed to, and, like, kind of emulate the season when egg production is, like, is the highest. Anyway. I looked up at the tree and saw for myself that it was real. The flowers quietly fell to the ground, covering the garden in pink. Do these always bloom in Yomi? Or maybe this one's just a late bloomer. Regardless, it's amazing. I stood and gazed at the tree for a while before returning inside. Alright, gonna admire the tree for a little bit. I wonder how we're gonna get into a relationship with Yosuga, because I feel like in all the other routes, he's kinda pushed us to, like, other men. Alright, we got a drunk person here. Uh-oh. And he's got his eyes set on us. Well, why, if it isn't our dear Lady Olympia. Yeah, too much sake, dude. A voice called out to me the moment I shut the door to the garden behind me. Aren't you afraid of me? I might use Batsu on you. Now she's become the doll. I frowned a bit before quietly looking away. Two drunks who could barely even stand were hobbling towards me. You're so beautiful and white. I never thought I'd see our dear maiden here in Yomi. It must be fate. Why don't you join us in our room and give us a private performance? No. We're not that kind of entertainer. These people? I can't believe they're this drunk so early in the day. I guess some morning drinkers. They were wearing expensive attire and their hair exhibited unblemished colors. Okay, so they're the secondary or primary tier, throwing their weight around. You know, if you, like, do something bad to her, though, you could get executed. Judging by their color ribbons, it seems they were with the yellow and the jade. Well, I'm not surprised about the jade, but I'm guessing it's not Nugusa. I recall being told that they were recreational permits. I know they're guests of Yosuga's, but I'd rather not get involved with them. Is there, like, an exit point? My dance is sacred and done only in prayer to Lady Amaterasu. I do not dance for entertainment. Come now, no need to be so serious. Ah! Oh no, you touched her. He pulled me in close enough that I could smell the alcohol on his breath. Now then, let's have some fun. They both pulled on my hands forcibly. I couldn't wrench myself from their grasp. Already getting in a bad situation. It's our first day. Unhand me at once. Come now. If it's money you want, we've got plenty of it. Olympia is above money. Like, do you think like she's someone you can just mess with? Usually people are scared of her. These aren't like typical kidnappers though. They're just like, they're drunk people. Unbelievable! They've completely lost their minds! Gentlemen, that is enough playtime. Yosuga! Huh? Any more, and I shall ensure that you two never step foot in Chikinjo again. I could tell their drunken stupor lifted immediately. The man loosened his grip, hearing Yosuga's intimidating voice. You've got it all wrong, Lord Jigoku. We only wanted to get to know our beloved Lady Olympia. That's right. We never meant to do anything inappropriate, which is why you were trying to lure me to a room. She is a very important guest of mine. Please apologize to her for your disrespect. Yosuga, you don't need to. Unless, of course, you do not mind that I inform your wife and the military about your activities here? Oh, not his wife! Inform? I'll say it once more. Please apologize to her and return to your room. But we're truly sorry, Lady Olympia. The alcohol simply got the better of us. We sincerely apologize for any offense we've caused. Please forgive us. Goodbye then. Ugh, that damn Lord Jigoku. If people found out what we do down here. Uh-oh. Does he like have like some blackmail material on these people? Jeez, if they did. No, let's go. Are we having some like illegal activity down here? I thought this was a bathhouse. They're scared? They seem to be afraid of something, judging by their mutterings and hasty return to their room. I am truly sorry for that unpleasant experience. Huh? No, I should be apologizing to you. I was the one wandering around without permission. Did you need to see me or Camelia? We were just bored. It's nothing really important, but I brought Daifuku with me today, so I wanted him to see Juliet. Ah, I see. I'm sure Camelia is around here somewhere. Don't worry, I'll go and look for her. She works here, right? It's like, have we seen her outside the bathhouse? I'm not sure. I want to say we have. I haven't seen her outside of Yomi. Well, I was just about to take a break myself. If you have the time, how about some tea? Suddenly, Camelia came prancing towards us. Welcome back! How did your deliveries go? I hope you didn't meet anyone... let her, she broke. Uh-oh. Hello? Camelia? Do you need new batteries? Do we need to wind the spring? She's turned off. Huh? They mentioned that in the prologue though, right? Like she has a little wind-up thing behind her. It seems I do need to take a break. Follow me. It's kind of odd. Camelia is kind of an odd entity. As Yosuga spoke, he gently picked Camelia up and began to walk. I was still stunned, but followed after him quietly. Oh, hello. Room. Does he have all his herbs in here? He's like, this looks like an apothecary. Like an apothecary room. The first thing I noticed was the aroma. It was unfamiliar, but not unpleasant. Have a seat wherever you like. I'll have Camelia prepare our tea once I've awoken her. Sure. My voice shook a bit as I glanced around the room. This room feels different from the one I bathed in before. I mean, this is like, looks like an apothecary's room. There's a lot of stuff in here. There was a mortar and wheel pestle, and a scale, and a variety of dried fruit peels and roots lined up upon nearly every surface. So I got mortar and wheel pestle. A set of 2 tools used to grind various ingredients. It can be used in preparation of medicine. A handle passed through a circular disc of metal or stone allows one to rock the pestle back and forth to grind ingredients. Alright, little glossary term. The furnishings were also quite elegant. Wait, is this Yosuga's personal room? The mysterious aromas seem to be made up of multiple fragrances. The countless medicinal ingredients blended together in the room to create a unique scent. It's strangely soothing. I wouldn't mind staying here just to breathe it in. As I sat gazing around the room, I suddenly heard an unusual sound. Is that a spring? Winding her up. And Camelia's act like kind of odd. Like thinking about it is like, how does a puppet get to be like so lifelike? Did they say anything about her having like a show maybe? Like a show crystal in her? Is she like some sort of artificial life? I mean, that's what they do with the Outsiders, right? They implant like a show crystal inside of them to make them like of that color class. Like, can they just do that? Can they just implant souls? I looked at Camelia and saw a large spring coming out of her back. She really is a doll. The words escaped me involuntarily at the sight of her. I'm so sorry. It was so rude of me to say that. She just seemed so human. She is a very well-made doll. Her movement and speech are so natural. Many of our guests are surprised to learn that she is not human. Yeah, I mean, she kind of fooled us for a while. Her mannerisms, she has very quirky mannerisms, and she seems like a regular quirky girl. I'm grateful to Camelia for her help. I could not manage to run this place alone. Yosuga wound the spring with an expert hand. It seemed he had done this countless times before, but even now he worked carefully. I could tell by his gentleness that he treated her with kindness and respect. I try to wind her spring when I have the chance, but there are times the bathhouse is rather busy. Last time, she turned off in the corridor, and I did not notice her absence until later. Oops. It was like all this work that needs to be done, and the helper is just like out of commission. She really is a work robot then. As long as you keep her wound up, she can help you forever. Some guests who were unaware of her nature were frightened and caused quite a stir. They probably thought she was a dead body. I know I shouldn't laugh, but just thinking about the situation is funny. There. That should do it. Did I fall asleep again? Good morning, Camelia. Good morning. Thank you as always, Lord Yosuga. I'm sorry for all the trouble. I actually went to see you to ask if you could wind my spring, but I guess I didn't make it in time. Wouldn't it be convenient if she could just like wind her own spring and be like self-sufficient robot? Or is it like, can she just not reach it? It's like on her back. We need a contraption that can help wind her up. That'll happen now and again. Fortunately, not many were around today to faint at the sight of your corpse. That day was something, wasn't it? Someone from the military came too, and Lord Yosuga was almost arrested for murder. You can be like, wait. He's gonna wake her up. What a lifelike doll. Considering... God, it just reminds me of like maybe some sort of doll used for those purposes, considering just like working at what could almost be considered a brothel, but no, it's a bathhouse. Although it's a lot of attitudes like down here almost makes it seem like it's a brothel. Lord Yosuga's windings are really nice. It makes me want to sleep longer. Okay, he has the healing touch there. You can tell when you're being wound? Well, I'm still sort of conscious. It's just that I can't move my arms or legs. That's terrifying. When my spring's being wound, I can see light through my eyelids and my head starts to feel lighter. So I can tell I'm about to wake up soon. How interesting. I've been falling asleep a lot lately, so... I should probably go see Lord Tsukiyomi to get tuned again. How interesting. I couldn't help but repeat the same response. The Tsukiyomi just... I mean, he creates prosthetic arms, but yeah, it's kind of weird that he could just create a whole prosthetic person. Just autonomous person. Camelia, I hate to ask as soon as you woken up, but can you help me prepare some tea? Sure thing. Soon after, a variety of sweets were brought in, filling the room with a wonderful aroma.
Yume, I smell something delicious.
Daifuku poked his head out, sniffing along the way, and Camelia pulled him out of my bag. Where were you with the drunks, sir? Oh wow, it looks like you're fatter than before. Just like a real Daifuku. I'm gonna eat you.
Really?
Even though Lady Olympia's nice, it doesn't mean you should keep asking for her snacks.
I'll keep that in mind. Oh my, you do seem rather more plump than usual. No, I'm not. You're just saying things.
Come to think of it, aren't Romeo and Juliet the names from a storybook? Right. Daifuku's name was originally Romeo, right? And then we just named him Daifuku. And then there's Paris. Have you read it before? Yes, there was a book like it in the library at the manor. I read it in a book that I got from Lord Yosuga. When I read it, I thought it was such a beautiful story and made me think, this is how humans fall in love. At first, I thought that's what it must be like to have a soulmate. But you know, I sort of regret thinking that, since they both died in the end. They got the bad ending, I guess. Romeo and Juliet. They picked the wrong choices. If only they picked different choices, they would have got the good ending. If only they didn't poison and stab themselves. And just waited a bit. You're right. Romeo thinks Juliet is dead, so he commits suicide, and then when she sees him dead, she follows him. I'm so amazed by how great their love was, but it's much better being alive, don't you think? Please don't let Yosuga's story be like Romeo and Juliet here. Okay, the correct answer is if only they could have lived. Yes, if only they could have lived happily together. Right. But his new name, Daifuku, means great happiness, right? I'm sure he'll always be happy. I can't tell her I named him that because I found him munching on a Daifuku rice cake in my room. I wish I gave it more thought. How embarrassing. But I really do like that name, so please take good care of him. Yes, of course. I promise I will. No.
I will forevermore be by Hime's side.
Daifuku climbed up to my shoulder and squeaked with pride. That's right, you must have been so annoyed back then. Those drunks. If that ever happens again, just bring up Lord Yosuga's name. They'll run away with their tails between their legs. Recalling the previous exchange, I quietly asked her a question. Say, Camelia, is there a reason why people are so obedient towards Yosuga? Yeah, like, why does he have the name Lord of Hell? We've only seen the nice side of him. The one who's giving us teas and snacks and telling us love fortunes. This is a beautiful and wonderful bathhouse. A place where people come to let their bodies and souls run free. The guests here loosen up so much that they start saying whatever's on their mind. Wait, so you mean he has information that he can use against the people who visit? Oh, he knows things. he hears things. Blackmails them. Absolutely not. It's just guest information management. Alright, if you want to call it that. It makes sense now why those two hurried away. It's like blackmail is such a strong word. Let's just call it guest management information. If they acted in such a way while drunk, there's no telling what else they've done that they want to keep secret. Well, I guess if it can maintain order here. Well, I'd better get going. I was in the middle of preparing a room earlier. I'll see you later then. Just as Camelia left, Yosuga came in. Oh, were you away? Pardon the wait. I have some steamed Zhao Long Bao for you. I don't know if I'm saying that right. No, I'm just thinking of like the Rune Factory 4 Bachelorette. Oh, great.
Zhao Long Bao.
Yosuga, they look really delicious, but I didn't order any. It is thanks for taking care of Daifuku, as well as an apology for earlier. Earlier? You mean those drunks? That didn't bother me at all. Now, just enjoy. Look, I have prepared some Daifuku for you two. Hey, you're teasing us, aren't you? He just wants to give you some sweets because you're a cute little girl. No. If you ask me, the name suits him well. See here, he is practically part of the display. Are you like lining up all the sweets like around him? He's like, hey, like he matches. What? That looks weird. Daifuku was sitting next to one of the round white Daifuku lined up on the plate. Can't tell the difference. He's right. I think he's a lot fatter than when I first met him. Uh-oh. Bad pet owner. Maybe I should cut back on his snacks. I enjoy Daifuku too. They are pure white, soft, and sweet. Are you talking about the Daifuku or are you talking about someone else? I like them too, but how much is... Here, look. Ah, they're all in different colors. How cute! The pink is crab, orange is pepper, black sesame seed, yellow cheese, green spinach, aqua scallop, blue shark fin, and purple shrimp. Okay, got all the buns. How flavorful. All these different flavors. You can fill it with anything you want. They all look delicious. I'm happy to pay for them, so I hope you're not going to tell me these are all on the house too. They are my token of thanks to you. This seems like a very nice token. Very fancy sweets and snacks you have here. Your words are enough. Thank you. Then let's say this is to celebrate a successful letter delivery. I can pay. Then it is thanks for keeping the master of this bathhouse company on his break. He just wants to give us free stuff. Not to mention, I was the one who brought them here without asking you first. Well, I guess it'd be rude to keep refusing his offer, but I know, it's like he just wants to give you things. You just gotta accept it. I hope you can feel comfortable here, unless you would rather perish than enjoy some tea with me. I wouldn't be sitting here if that were the case. I'm glad to hear it. Then feel free to enjoy to your heart's content. I wasn't gonna be able to talk myself out of this. Just enjoy the snacks, dang it. I decided to accept his offer and spread the napkin across my lap. If you are free, please stay as long as you like. It is the least I can do for Daifuku's savior. I didn't do anything special. You are always so quick to run off, so it would be nice to see you rest and take it easy. Huh? You think? I wonder if he thinks I'm too restless. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention. Good work on your delivery. I'm glad to see you've returned safely. Oh, that. Okay. I thought my screen shudder, but maybe my monitor is starting to go bad. Thank you very much. I'll keep doing my best. It felt a bit embarrassing to be praised, almost as if I were running a child's errand. But something in the way he said it kept me from feeling bad about it. I am also glad you did not get lost with Daifuku. Today's delivery was to the Yellow District. So it was. You know, it seems like only yesterday that Daifuku disappeared. Camelia and my staff ran about frantically in search of him. We couldn't find him in the end. Only Tsukiyomi was calm, saying that he would return one day. He's like some sort of prophet. I don't wonder why Tsukiyomi is down here with Yosuga as well. They seem to be in cahoots, or at least in close proximity. I'm sorry. I never thought that he would come up to the surface from Yomi. He returned here looking so plump and healthy that our wild search seemed rather silly.
I'm so sorry for worrying everyone.
I'm just glad it was you who saved Daifuku. His gentle smile and soft voice made me feel embarrassed. Maybe I had become too accustomed to hearing praise from anyone. But aren't Camelia and Juliet sad without him? I'm just worried about whether it's right for me to keep him like this. I believe they actually do wish for you to do so. How should I say this? Camelia is exceptionally fond of you. Really? Well, I really like her too. I was surprised to hear her say that she wanted to be friends with you. She has never said that to anyone before. Really? Perhaps she admires you. Please be good to her. Of course! You don't have to worry about that. Suddenly, his expression clouded for a moment. Truthfully, there's one other apology I must make. An apology? For what? The day you first visited Yomi, our talk of your days on Tenyo Island caused you distress. With Akaza and Kuroba nearby, I know you tried your best to hold back tears. That was... I hope you can forgive me for being so inconsiderate. You don't have to apologize. I can't help acting like a child sometimes. It is not a question of being an adult or a child. Anyone can long for their homeland and family. Yosuga? He was smiling, but there was a faint shadow in his eyes. I wanted to ask him about it, but we hadn't known each other for very long yet. Now enjoy the Jiaolong Bao while they're still hot. Thank you very much. Seeing them in 8 different colors is really quite something. There's a dish called hisui men, or jade noodles, that is dyed with spinach. I thought it would be interesting to add some other colors. Jade? Well, I guess I ought to try the green ones first. Let's not talk about the jade. Jade has a bad connotation now. I carefully lifted up the green Xiaolong bao with my chopsticks. I was so happy. If our head chef could see the expression on your face, he would cry tears of joy. I instinctively looked away. Like, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry. I've forgotten my table manners. That is not it at all. I'm very pleased that you find it to your taste. It is delicious. I'm amazed at how wonderful all the food is here. You serve dishes that I've only read about in books, and some that I've never even heard of before. I shall inform our chef. I carefully cooled a piece of a different color and gave it to Daifuku. Daifuku must be happier with you than when he lived here. What do you mean? You care for him so. He is quite pampered. I thought about it for a second, then gave an honest reply. I might have said it before, but he's like a friend to me. I've been alone in that manner all these years, so I was really happy when Daifuku came. I wonder if Tsukiyomi did not look for Daifuku because he knew this would be the result. Do like the white mice just have like a homing mechanism towards like the women of the white? Huh? I couldn't laugh at what he said. Or maybe Tsukiyomi just like let him out. He's like, go. You'll find her. The advice Tsukiyomi gave was often quite mysterious. Is that true, Daifuku?
I didn't go out in search of you, Hime. I simply longed to see the surface. But it could be possible that I found my way to the manor because of Lady Amaterasu's guidance.
He's so serious. I feel like you're trying to tell me something, but... if only I could understand what you're saying, Daifuku. It seems Camelia and Juliet are able to communicate with one another. I often see them walking down the corridors in conversation. They do somehow have some language. Are dolls able to communicate with them? It may be more than that. My understanding is that Tsukiyomi may have imparted mysterious powers in his creation of her. Just like implicitly understands like other creatures. I see. Another mystery of Tsukiyomi. Like what? How could he just like create Camelia like a lifelike puppet and like she can understand mice? Tsukiyomi himself is the embodiment of mystery and wonder. These outsiders are truly like gods. I know. I've always thought Tsukiyomi was different from everyone else. But back then, I assumed it was because he wasn't from Tenyo Island. Just to be clear, I do not say so out of any resentment towards Tsukiyomi. He is the person I most respect on this island. After all, his very existence has shaped my life. Really? They are kind of entwined with each other. Maybe we'll learn more about Tsukiyomi. He taught me flower divination. There's like the little love fortune that we got from him. I looked at the table with the medicinal ingredients. There was a water basin with flowers there too. Do you remember when you told me I'd meet my soulmate one day? Could you tell me what happens next? I think it would be best to refrain. Besides, you may have already met the man of your dreams, right here in front of us. The fortune was about you. but everyone keeps running away from me at the plaza. It's like everyone's afraid of me. Is that so? It is. You know, most of the men at the plaza are new faces, and some may be thinking about deceiving you. So perhaps it would be safer for you to choose from those around you whom you can trust. Those around me? Yeah, you've already met a lot of men. Don't need to find a random one. Akaza, no doubt. But how about Koroba or Tokisada? I'm certain they would all make fine husbands. He's trying to push us to other men. Huh? I almost dropped my plate at his sudden suggestions. But are you gonna include you in that count? Don't tell me you had not even considered them. He's like, I feel bad for them. What were you expecting, Byakuya? Like, man was just gonna fall into your lap. You don't want it that way. She probably thought it would be like an electrifying moment. She would just see him and know. Perhaps you didn't see them as men because you trust them too much. Well, I do trust them, I think, but I can vouch for them with confidence. Why not consider them? Then I will take on the responsibility of fulfilling that role. Remember, we don't like Akaza because he said that the very wrong way. Wasn't a very romantic proposal there. No, not a chance. I have an examination table in the other room. It doubles as a bed, so we can do our thing now if you want. Not the best impression of Koroba either. He doesn't seem like a bad person, but I bet he says that to every girl he meets. You miss every shot you don't take, you know. I come here all the time for their skin treatment. I definitely recommend it. He's nice and bright, but I thought 17-year-olds couldn't marry yet. You just have to wait a year. Do I even deserve to choose a husband like this in the first place? I mean, just like a year apart from you, yeah. But I like how that's like the only bad point for like Tokisada. It's like he's a year younger. Meanwhile, like the other two guys are like insanely rude. Well, they did tell me I could, but I can share more information about them if you would like. Oh, he's the information broker here. What about Riku? I guess like Riku isn't like a frequent customer of the bathhouse though, so I guess he doesn't have info on him. Huh? I stared intently at Yosuga's face. I am 20. But the higher-ups told me I am relieved of duty to mate, so I plan on remaining single and carefree. Oh. I wonder why. Free of duty? Does that mean he can't, or just like he won't? Yes, he seems so mature for a 20-year-old. That's right. Yosuga doesn't need to get married. I mean, does that mean, like, there's just no strings attached? With Riku, that was a big thing. He's like, he couldn't get married because there was a rule that he had to wait till he was 30 and, like, and then had to pick a pedigreed woman of the blue. Is Yosuga just unattached from that? Or is he just barred? No, I think I'm fine for now. Really? No need to be shy. I do wish to see my friends happy after all. I do trust them, but I think I want to try finding somebody on my own. I see you are determined. Then I wish you luck. No. Yeah, he doesn't include himself in the as a contender. customer. Is this a woman? Why, Lord Yosuga, you never let me in your room even when I beg you. Is like some woman coming to like throw himself at his room? Huh? After enjoying my tea, I stepped outside his room and immediately heard a merry voice. A merry voice sounds a little desperate there. She had shining gold hair and a yellow color ribbon. So our dear Maiden of the White gets special treatment here? Or is it because she's special to you? She is a friend of mine. Well then, make me a friend of yours too. Uh-oh, women, we got women throwing themselves at him. He is handsome. I cannot do that, fair maiden. Your lover is quite the jealous type. If he ever discovered you in my room, he would surely stab me to death. There you go again, slipping out of my grasp. Wow. So, is Yosuga like that kind of man? Like seducing every woman just by looking at them. Lady Olympia, please don't be fooled by Lord Yosuga. He smiles ever so kindly, but he can be conniving and a conniving and fearsome fellow. I was taken aback and slightly irritated. Like, how dare you? You're like trying to come barging into his room. He's like trying to take a break and you're just getting seduced by him just because he was kind to you. I wasn't sure why that irritated me. I am no match for the fearsomeness of Lord Doma. Please be sure word of your time here does not become known on the surface. I'm bringing Doma into this. She gave a visible frown. I'm assuming Doma's not the husband, but she's like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna talk to your boss. Excuse me. Stomps away. It's good that he's not as bad as Doma. I wouldn't want him to be so insidious. Insidious? Insidious, rather. Unsure of what to say, I looked at the cherry tree through the window. Do not pay her any mind. Just sure. This is my office and bedroom, so only those I trust are allowed to enter. His words sent a tingling sensation down my back. Oh, we were in his bedroom. Oh my goodness. If you do not see me out front, I'll almost certainly be here. Come and visit anytime. Once again, I wasn't sure what to say. What words would be appropriate? I hope she doesn't catch me. I won't get in your way. We don't want to intrude on his little sacred break space. But I don't want to get in your way. I would not have invited you to visit if I thought you would be in my way. I guess that makes sense. Let me also say this about those drunks earlier. My staff and I do our best to manage guests, but some become overzealous when drunk. Should they bother you, tell them you will be informing me at once. The big bad boss is gonna tell him what to do. Is he like a Yakuza? It's like he makes it seem like he has a lot of power down here. I'll keep that in mind. He's just one person though. Like we don't see him controlling like anyone else. Does he have like underlings? That's strange. The customers here are from the surface, but for some reason they don't dare go up against Yosuga. And I'm like, what is the mystery behind this? We've like never really seen him like order anyone to do anything. I guess he did have, did he have someone like escort her like back to the manor during like the last route? Like Camelia isn't the only one who works here. Well, I had better return to work. Daifuku, I hope to see you again soon.
Yes, soon!
Alright. Are we going back to the manor? It's nighttime. Alright, gotta mull over our interactions with Yosuga. Say, Daifuku?
Yes? What is it?
Do you know why Yosuga isn't thinking about marriage? Does Daifuku know? Can you write it down? We need to find a way to communicate with Daifuku.
Well, yes, I do know why, but...
Not that you understand what I'm saying. Do you think it's a good idea for me to ask Tsukiyomi tomorrow? It just bothers me a bit. And the curiosity is gonna lead to love. Alright, next chapter. Red blood. Oh god. Hope we're not spilling any. Maybe it's just like some symbolism, like, hey, I'm not a monster. They call us a white monster, but we still bleed red. Alrighty, well, we'll have to do that in the next episode. I'm kind of out of breath. I thought Yosuga's voice is usually kind of easy. It's not scratchy, but it does leave you a little breathless. I put a lot of breathiness into it. Plus, I got back from work, so I'm always a little exhausted after work. All right, so we got Yosuga, the man, the mystery. Kind of similar to Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi's also very mysterious. So are we gonna have some sort of like underworld, like Yakuza boss or something that we're like trying to date here? I don't know. It's like also dealing with, I don't know, like, why is he not allowed to mate? Why is Camelia like some sort of autonomous robot? Like, where is this technology coming from? Or are we just gonna like boil it down to magic? Because like Batsu is also magic. It just is. But yeah, we'll find that out in the next episode. We're just barely scratching the surface of his route. We still got a long way to go. Anywho, hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.